So you've considered selling your home. Now, one of the questions among the many questions that's going around in your head is, how do I get my home sold fast? And that's exactly what I want to talk to you about in today's video, covering step by step the things that you should be considering and doing from the point of preparation to the closing table to make sure that your home doesn't sit on the market collecting dust after you've already cleaned it and losing value. And I'm also going to include a few ninja tricks as well. So go ahead and like the video, get your pen and your paper, and let's get your home sold fast. So step one in this process of getting your home ready to sell fast is the preparation. And believe me when I tell you, preparation will pay dividends if you take the time and patience to get the things done ahead of time before scrambling and not doing the things and waiting to the last second to get some of these things done. So when we speak about preparation, let's work from the outside in. The first thing that buyers are going to see is, of course, the landscaping and curb appeal. So one thing that we definitely want to do is tighten up the yard. Let's get the grass cut, get those lines tight, make sure it's edged, freshen up the mulch. If you got algae on the side, get that pressure washed off during the spring, summer, and fall time. Just get the house looking as clean and crisp as possible so you can get the buyer's attention as soon as they pull up. There's nothing more appealing than a home that has the yard manicured and the house nice, bright, and tight, okay? Now, the next piece of this preparation stage is super important, and that's handling any deferred items in the home. And I get it. They may be items that you just didn't want to do, or you may have forgot about it because you didn't want to do it. But handling deferred items will pay its weight in gold at the closing table as long as you get them taken care of. And here's why. When a buyer steps into your home, they're looking for your home to be move-in ready. So each untouched, unfinished, and overlooked item is looked at as a negative mark to your home because it's seen as money and time that the buyer has to spend to get your home ready to live in, therefore decreasing your home's value in the buyer's eyes. Step two, staging. Now, this has been proven to sell homes faster and in some cases for a little bit more money. Now, this is a case-by-case basis and your furniture might work just fine. However, you still want to extract certain principles from staging, such as decluttering. The goal of decluttering is to help increase the home's living space so the buyer sees the full potential of the home. Now, while you're decluttering, go ahead and help yourself out with your move and go ahead and remove any unnecessary or unneeded items. Now, along with removing those items, go ahead and remove any personal and family items for security reasons, but to also help the buyer see themselves in the home. Step three is price. And when it comes to pricing, we want to have realistic, current, non-emotional pricing. Any one of those three will have you setting yourself up for a bad situation in regard to selling your home. The market will always dictate the sale of a home. What I mean by that is in your area, I'm pretty sure you can think of at least one home that's been sitting on the market for a while. Now, minus inspection issues or just an all-around difficult seller, I'm pretty sure that home has been sitting on the market because it's priced entirely too high. And that's the key indicator in letting you know that the market is going to tell you where your home should sell at. Now, we don't want to fall into the trap of pricing a home too high. When pricing your home, you want to stay away from the dangerous yet common strategy of pricing high to reduce the price if the desired offer isn't received. This works against your goal of selling your home for top dollar and selling it fast. There's no more important day than the first day that home hits the market. This is when all the buyers and the agents see a brand new home in the area. So they're immediately going to compare the price of your home to the other homes in the neighborhood, and that could make or break you. No matter if you have a price reduction or an open house, you will never see as much traffic as the first day that your home hits the market. So it's imperative to get the pricing right the first time versus trying to price high and then come back and correct later. So let's switch it and put you in a position of a buyer. So let's say we walk into a home and it just hit the market. You say, Brian, I have to have this home. This is the perfect home. Do whatever it takes to get the home to lock it in. And that means a full price offer. So let's walk into the same home, but let's say this home has been sitting on the market for a little while. You say, Brian, I have to have this home. The thought process changes because now it's not a full price offer. Now it's, let's put an offer in that's a little lower than list price and see if we can save some money and make a deal. And I mean, who wouldn't? I do it. It's a smart thing to do. So this is why pricing your home initially is so important. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, we can price the home just a little lower than what market value is. And I'm not talking about a lot, but just a little. And that may pique a few extra buyers and get a couple more offers in because they see the home has a little more equity or is a little more valuable because it's not as expensive as the other ones. So what you do in turn is you create a little bit of a bidding war, and you may honestly get a little more than your list price for the home. To wrap up pricing, I have one key tip to help you out that I guarantee you 90% of people don't even consider when it's time to sell their home. Now, when I meet with you, I do provide a full CMA, and I'm assuming that you know what a CMA is if you're considering selling your home. But for those that don't, that stands for Comparative Market Analysis, and that covers all of the active, pending, and sold homes in your area to, one, help you gauge your home's value, but two, set your home's price. Now, after that's been provided, which houses the active homes in the area, which are your competition, let's take that a step further and not just view the competition on paper. Let's physically go check out the competition and see where you stack up at. Because what happens a lot of times is when you walk into these homes, you have a better picture of the competition level and what you have versus what the other homes have. So just a quick ninja trick to help you out. The next step, but just as important, is your online presence. And this is where I believe that not all teams are created equal. See, the major key is to stand out. Some agents provide you with regular iPhone pics or Samsung pics and don't care about what's going on in the photo. And then you have the latter that provide you with full-scale professional pictures, video, as well as drone work with editing to make sure we capture all angles of the home to make buyers want to visit. These pictures and video are then used for your direct marketing ads to, of course, attract the buyers. Closing out on online presence, you want to remember that 97% of all home searches take place online. So you want to use your collective online presence to draw buyers in. The next step is an open house, but not just any open house. A properly planned and executed open house should always be a part of the marketing plan to make sure that your home gets sold. Here I'll share a few things to make sure that the buyers leave with a good impression on your home when they leave. But this doesn't just apply to open houses, it works for showings as well. We want to have a clean, open home, and this goes back to the earlier tip of decluttering. We want to make sure that the living space is as large as possible when the prospective buyer comes through to envision themselves living there. Next, we want to have a nice smell. So during the warmer months, you can open up the windows and turn on the fan to break up some of that stagnant air. And then remember, with your fragrances, you don't want them to be too overbearing so a buyer doesn't have a headache when they think about your home. But for whatever reason, fresh baked cookies work well, but if you burn them, you might not want to. The next step is timing, and when we think about timing, we typically think about the season, and it's proven that a home will sell quicker in the warmer months due to increased buyer activity. And I mean, it only makes sense. Who really wants to get out in the cold and shop for, then buy, then move a home in the wintertime? I mean, unfortunately, I was one of those people walking through Indiana snow looking for a home. Now, if you absolutely do have to sell during the wintertime, there is a benefit. Those that are coming through the door at your home are going to be your more serious buyers. The next part of timing we have absolutely no control over, and that's any worldly issue that's going on around us that affects our buyer activity. On one end, we had the pandemic that absolutely shut down real estate. To our everyday issues, which are interest rates, which can slow down buyer activity if interest rates start to creep up. So these are things that we always have to consider, that plus many more, when getting ready to sell your home. This last part of timing is my absolute favorite and highly overlooked, and this is the strategic planning and timing of all of your professional pics and videos for your marketing plan. And this includes, but is not limited to, your coming soons, your new listings, your open house, door-to-door, and social media advertising. Now, once done and executed correctly, this is the beginning to a fast sale. Now, I've given several steps to help lay the foundation for a fast sale. Now, this next step is just the next level, or my little sauce, to make sure we lock in a fast sale. And that's getting a pre-inspection. And before you ask, here's why. In a typical transaction, after the offer is accepted, you're going to have an inspection done anyway. So why not eliminate any surprises that could pop up during the middle of the transaction? This also eliminates any fear or anxiety that a buyer will have during the process waiting for the inspection to come back. and also removes the item that they have to pay for. And both of those combined make your home look better in their process. And then finally, we save time because the inspection has already taken place. And when we wrap all of that up together, that equals a fast sale. So guys, I've just laid the foundation on what it takes to get your home sold fast. Now, of course, I couldn't provide all the juice in this video, but if you did appreciate the information that was provided, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel so you're notified when more helpful videos come out. Now, if you want to see what it takes for your home to actually get sold fast, then reach out to me in my contact information below, and let's schedule a time to develop a plan to get your home sold.